through 3 hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
It's the after show where we gather to talk about some of the things we talked about before and some of the things we didn't, because some things you just can't talk about on the radio. So there you go.
Well, you could once.
That's right. Remember Gun Talk when it used to be on?
That was a great show before they got tossed.
We got Jim Kinsey. You got Michelle Cleland. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello, Thomas.
We got a lot of good callers today, and Michelle was going through those.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Mr. Hyperthermia.
Yeah, really. Oh man, it was chilly. It was seriously chilly, but it's fun. If you have the right clothes and you have the right gear, it's actually fun to be out when it's like that. It's a variation, Michelle, of kids who first get rubber boots and go out and jump up and down in the puddles. Mm-hmm. I'm invincible. I can stomp in puddles.
That's right.
Oh, just kids are supposed to do that. Just outed myself, huh?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, we got some folks on hold. Let's go ahead and get to them. I want to start with line 3 with Brad in Utah. I'm not even going to try. Brad, what is the name of that town where you are?
It's called Parowan. It's 15 miles north of Cedar City.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know, right? I've been through Cedar City. It was one of those weird places where you're thinking, oh, we're kind of far away from everything, and then I looked over, oh, look at that, a big old Tesla charging station right there in Cedar City. That was interesting.
Yeah, those are pretty new.
Yeah. Well, you're kind of halfway between Salt Lake and Vegas there, something like that.
Yeah, we're about 160 from Vegas and about 220 from Salt Lake, 230.
Right. Beautiful area. Exactly. So what can I help you with today?
So I've been seeing a lot of chatter on the internet about the 22 long rifle CCI Stingers, about how they are possibly too hot for semi-autos. Although now I've researched it, I have not seen anything stating that there's been any damage done, but I guess some of the guys out there have raised a red flag that they may be too hot and maybe down the road it might cause problems.
Yeah, because the Stingers have only been out for like 35 years, so how would we know?
Right.
Yeah, but but it's good to believe everything on the internet, though. I'm a real fan of that. Mm-hmm. You see where I'm going here, don't you, Brad?
Well, absolutely, and that's why I decided to call someone like you that knew who they were, what they were talking about.
Oh, I don't. I just make it up. It's okay.
It was convincing enough. Yeah, right.
Here's my thought on that. First of all, for those who don't know, the CCI Stinger, Michelle, is a higher velocity cartridge, but they do that by going to a lighter weight bullet, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we can go faster if we go with a lighter weight bullet. Sounds cool. It is fun. Here's my experience, Brad, is that, and Michelle, please weigh in on this. I have not found the hyper velocity ammo to be as accurate as standard or high velocity. Just kind of my experience with it. Michelle, you have any thoughts there?
No, I haven't really tried. Well, I don't really have a semi-auto other than a 1022, and I don't use the Stingers in that. So normally we just make sure that we have 1200 and above for velocity, and everything functions just fine.
Yeah, but some of these are running, some of these hyper velocity, they're 14 to 16, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I understand, Brad, what people are thinking. They're thinking, well, if it's going faster out the muzzle, then it's got to be slamming the bolt or the slide back harder, and that bolt velocity is going to bang up your gun and cause problems. And that might be the case if you were shooting the same weight bullet and increasing the velocity.
There's the constant. Yeah.
But if you go to a lighter weight bullet, then you're not going to have the increase in energy to slam the slide or the bolt back. I think it's perfectly okay. And I think, Brad, you've kind of come to that conclusion because you started doing your research, and guys are saying, yeah, this probably is a problem. And then you start looking further and go, yeah, but you know what? I've not found any evidence of this being a problem. And if there were, frankly, Ruger would be telling you in their information comes with the gun, don't use this ammo.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if there was a problem, and I'm not kidding, I think Stingers have been out for something like 30 plus years now. I mean, it's a long time. We would know by now.
It's a long time, because I remember way back in the 80s when I was in Boy Scouts, we would pick those up when we would do our target shooting outings, that's what we brought out there were the Stingers, and that was back in 82, 81.
Right. Now, I'll tell you what they are good for. And this is no kidding. If you want a reaction of shooting like a full Coke can, something like that, man alive, those faster loads just make those cans blow up. That is so much fun.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
In fact, I did a couple boxes of that Aguila. I think is that how that's pronounced?
Aguila. Mm-hmm.
Aguila. Yeah, the super maximum. It's a 30-grain round moving 1,700 feet per second.
Yep. Yeah. With that, you just got to go shoot like an orange or something with those just to watch them blow up. And it's so much fun, you know. It's just like...
Make sure nobody's eating the orange at the time, though. Just our lawyers make us specify that.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah. Captain Obvious.
Right?
Always thinking there. Not thinking well, but always thinking.
Touche.
But no, Brad, I wouldn't worry about it, honestly. I mean, Michelle, and you guys have got all this experience. You're not any problems with guns coming in, shooting these, have you?
No, and I know that, I mean, this is considered a hypervelocity round, but no, we've never had anything come back that I'm aware of with any issues on that ammunition.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I would shoot it, have fun with it, but honestly, if you're trying for the best group, smallest groups, you could try them, and who knows, they may shoot really well for you, but I would think generally when you drop back, exactly what Michelle said, something in that 1,200 foot per second range is, the 1,000 to 1,200 is usually where you're going to get your best velocity.
Right, and I think I've had the
best accuracy. I'm sorry, best accuracy. Yeah, sorry.
With the CCI Mini Mag has been really good for accuracy.
Yep.
That is one of the greatest stories in marketing ever.
No kidding.
It doesn't go any faster, but they called it the Mini Mag, and it just flies off the shelves. 40 years later, that's still, everybody goes, I got to have the Mini Mag. It's just, it's good ammo. Don't get me wrong. It's really good ammo. But it is like the marketing coup of the firearms world. What a great idea.
Yep.
It's just, it's Tim the Two-Man Taylor. More power, right? The Benford 5000.
Right.
That's right.
Good call back there.
Wow.
Thanks, Brad. I appreciate the call, sir. I hadn't thought about those in a while. That's great.
Wow.
All righty. I was thinking about 22s and how much fun they are. Here's an interesting thought. Try this out, Michelle. I have this Ruger 1022, and it has an integrally suppressed. It's hard for me to say that. Integrally suppressed.
Yeah, that is
barrel. Tough. Okay, so it's got the full 16-inch barrel, but I don't know, half of that or something is actually suppressor. It's just all made like a barrel, which means that the actual barrel itself is probably 9 or 10 inches long. Mm-hmm. Okay, follow me on this. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm thinking maybe I don't have to use subsonic ammo in order for it to be quiet, because maybe high velocity ammo out of that shorter barrel will actually end up being subsonic.
Could we take wagers on this?
They've really confused the world with the suppressors and the hyper ammos, haven't they? The subsonic ammos, all of those. The suppressor ammo.
Well, I think the whole term, hyper speed, etc., is, we were talking about the Stingers, right? Mm-hmm. When I think hypersonic and high velocity, I'm thinking 3,000, 3,300. It's all relative to what the round does naturally. Yeah,
it's
caliber.
It's market. Yeah. I was actually corrected several years ago when I said something about hypervelocity, and somebody said, actually, Tom, hypervelocity is a specific speed, and it is 5 times the speed of sound. Well, none of these are that.
Nothing's Mach 5, yeah.
We're not doing 5,000 feet per second out of any of the guns that we're shooting.
But that's how they classify them.
I know, that's what. But if you want to sell more ammo, you call it Hyper Max Super Duper.
Right.
Double whatever the heck it is.
It can't just be 22 long rifle ammo. Nobody will buy that.
Well, it's not selling very well. Change the name. There you go.
It's gluten free.
We're sold out.
Well, think about what Roy Weatherby did with his cartridges he came out with. Okay. His .338 cartridge he called it, because there was already a 338, so he called it the 340 Weatherby.
Right.
It shoots a 338 caliber. His 458 cartridge, there was already a 458, so he called his the 460 Weatherby Magnum. Shoots a 458 bullet, but it's got to be bigger, right? Because the number is bigger. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
It's 2 more, isn't it?
Weatherby one-upped them. Oh, no, they 2-upped them.
and we fall for it. I mean, we just do.
Yep.
It's because we want everything to be super. Although we kind of have this backwards movement, kind of exhibited by the Creedmoor, where moderate is now in.
Well, yeah, I think we've all learned we can save our shoulders and still do what we want to do. It's a plus, right? We'd be out there longer doing it.
Yeah, you can hit a target farther down. Oh. Speaking of, okay, so what makes the 6.5 Creedmoor more interesting than a 6.5 by 55 Swedish? The barrel twist rate, because it allows you to shoot those long, skinny bullets, right? So you have a faster twist rate. That's really all that's going on there. Well, what can I talk about here? Can I say this? It wouldn't surprise me if sometime in the next few weeks or months, other calibers are introduced as new cartridges with faster twist rates, because to change the twist rate, it has to be a new caliber. It has to be a new cartridge, because that's part of the SAMI spec, I think. So look for other interesting and popular calibers for there to be new cartridges.
So I know something you don't know.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Ride the line, Gresham.
Well, here's what's going on, is people have figured out that the long, skinny bullets with high sectional density and high ballistic coefficient are good. They shoot flatter, they're deflected less by wind, all those good things that we kind of learned from the 6.5 Creedmoor. Well, why not do the same thing to other calibers? Just increase the twist rate. Now we can use long, skinny bullets.
Amazing.
Brought to you by Tom N.D.A. Gresham.
Boy, ain't that the truth? As they say, the things I would love to be able to tell you.
So is this in 30 cal or?
It is in, you know what it is? It's in a caliber.
Oh, really? Somewhere between a 22 and a 30-something.
And it's in a brand new rifle.
Oh.
Made by Springsteen Arms or Fluger.
Smith & Ruger.
Storm Fluger.
What I want to do is I want to take because when we get together at all these trade shows, everybody's together there. The guys, and everybody's friends. It's like we're sitting at the table, you got the guys from Ruger and Smith and Springfield, and they're all there, right? And what I want to do is start taking pictures of like the CEOs of these companies having a drink together, and then start the rumor that somebody is buying somebody. Just make a mess of everything.
So, 3 CEOs walked into a bar.
No doubt.
Oh, gosh. All right, I got to take a quick break here so we can sell soap, and we'll be right back.
Temps are dropping and the leaves are changing, which means it's time to think outerwear from Proper. From mid-temperature fleece pullovers and soft-shell jackets, to packable wind and rain protection, to the frigid-fighting 3-in-1 hard-shell parka, Proper has you covered, no matter your budget or how bad it gets outside. Visit Proper.com for the complete lineup of Proper outerwear to keep warm throughout the chilly months.
Smith & Wesson announces a new rebate for the popular M&P 9 Shield and M&P 380 Shield EZ pistols. Qualifying purchases made between October 14th and December 8th are eligible for a $50 prepaid card. Terms and conditions apply. Visit smith-wesson.com/shield 2019 for complete details. More than 3 million people have chosen the M&P Shield family of pistols for their personal protection needs. Shouldn't you?
You got your carry permit, and that's good. But you could use more training. Get the DVDs, which have what you need. Springfield Armory presents Concealed Carry 1 and Concealed Carry 2 with Battle Group. Learn specific concealed carry skills from Top Gun fighting trainers. Get trained. Be prepared. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
Mental health and guns. At Walk the Talk America, we are working with both the mental health community and the gun industry. Created by a gun industry veteran, Walk the Talk America seeks to raise awareness and create change through suicide prevention and firearm safety without legislation. We strive to eliminate the prejudice that firearms and mental health face. For more information and to support Walk the Talk America, please visit walkthetalkamerica.org.
Okay, so the whole idea about super, oh, never mind. Okay.
There's a hyper fast break, and we're back.
You know, and then people are playing this at, did you know that people are playing podcast at twice the speed?
I heard that. I read that once before on the report that they had on the internet.
Wow.
You're so weird.
I know.
I mean, you're just way out there on the weird scale.
I just want to hear somebody when they play that back at double speed.
And that wasn't even with helium.
Yeah. And we don't have any beer in the studio today.
Well, more's the pity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So, Michelle, had you ever heard, we had actually a guy was going to fill us in on it. We couldn't get him on the show. But have you ever heard of this deal of closing a rifle bolt or pulling the trigger and then closing a rifle bolt while you're pulling the trigger?
No, I have not.
I hadn't either. I mean, it's not that there's not stuff out there I hadn't heard of. It's just that I figure if you hadn't heard about it with all of your experience and all the family, and I haven't heard about it, it's less than the mainstream. At least I think we can say that.
Right. Well, I mean, that might be something that my husband's more prone to hearing than I am, I guess, on the gunsmithing side of the world.
Well,
but
Tom Hennig says he that's how he was trained.
Was it?
Yeah.
That is interesting. I'd never heard of that.
Yeah, you wouldn't think you would ever advise anybody to. I mean, obviously, you're making sure the chamber's clear, but still, it's,
right.
You know.
But to pull the trigger first and then close the bolt, you know.
Is it keeping the hammer off the spring?
I don't know. I swear people overthink things.
Well, Tom, do you put your gun upright or upside down when you put it in the safe?
Muzzle down or muzzle up. That's right. Butter side down or butter side up.
Right?
See, that's my problem with putting a muzzle to the back, and I can never close the damn door with my rifles. Now I figured it out, you guys.
So if you put your muzzle down, then all the oil drips down as opposed to leaching back into the stock of the rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just not coat the whole thing with oil, so there's oil running around inside your gun. I'm just saying.
Because then when you're, no pun intended, rifling through your safe.
Nice.
Sorry. When you're wanting to move things around in your safe, now you've got the muzzle down and the stock upright, so when you're moving things around, obviously there's a higher chance of something falling over.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's top heavy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I'm going to do is... we're going to make money with this idea, guys.
Michelle!
Are you ready?
Oh, my God. Thank God you can't see that. I can't even repeat it.
Stop.
No, never. Just go on.
Go on, Tom.
Just let's walk on down this road. There's certain things not even appropriate for the after show.
Now, that's bad. Yeah. If we can't even do it for the after show. Okay.
Right.
All right, so here's my money-making idea for today. All right. You got your gun safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen these in various places on the walls. They have these automatic air fresheners that spritz like every 30 minutes or whatever. So we're going to have that inside your safe, and it's going to spray out just a little bit of gun oil.
A little bit of hoppies.
Hoppies number 9.
Little hoppies, little whatever your favorite. And we could sell cartridges. Of course, it's like razor blades, right? Because that's where you really make the money.
Right. Give them the dispenser, sell the cartridges.
That's right. And then when they open the safe, it smells great. And you get extra protection for your gun.
Only the ones in front.
Okay, so thanks for joining us for this after show. Now that Tom's totally off the rails.
Only the one.
He's lost his mind.
You have to put 4 of them throughout your safe to properly disperse the oil amongst the firearms.
We're making the money on this deal now. You got to buy 4 of these bad boys. And how much would you pay now? But don't call yet because
2 easy payments.
That's $19.99
plus separate shipping and handling.
That's right. $127 shipping and handling.
God. The Ginsu safe spray.
Oh my!
I'm liking this. So we can just atomize this stuff. So there is a whole atmosphere in there that prevents rust.
It's amazing, though, the amount of people. It's like smelling Old Spice and reminding you of your grandpa.
Like it.
The Hoppies number 9. It's like, my grandpa always used to use.
It's true. Well, they tell us that we remember odors more than any sense. Think of the smells of Christmas.
Think of the guy you're sitting next to right now, Michelle.
Well, I didn't want to say that.
There's some odors you don't want to remember.
Right.
So there you go. So now we need to have an odor memory delete button.
Right. Here, go. There's my number 9 dispense.
This is Bizarro World. You know that, right? Oh, my gosh.
I hope both of our after-show listeners appreciate this.
I'm so sorry to those of you that are out there, right?
All right, question for you. Have you guys noticed, I think I'm picking up on a resurgence in interest in lever actions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And revolvers, but revolvers was a couple of years ago. Levers the past year and a half.
No, I agree. They were both. I don't know exactly. I mean, does everybody have all the ARs they want and they're looking for something else and they're flipping back to lever action?
Do you think the other part of it might be, I mean, like it was for me, I'll be directly honest. For once in my life, I'll be honest, Tom.
But how would we know?
Yeah, it's true.
You could be lying about being honest.
I could. I have 2 levers, and both of them were not because I had enough ARs or anything else. It's to the point where, well, one of them I won, so okay, so I was half lying. It's to the point where I wanted a gun and could afford to get a gun, and I got a childhood memory gun. I got a lever action.
That's cool.
And I think I'd like to see what the demographics are like. Are 17 to 21-year-olds buying levers, or is it guys 50 and up?
Yeah,
I think it's just older guys that just thought they were cool as a kid and
could be grew up on cowboy movies, that kind of a thing. Yeah,
that was my impetus.
Well, the reintroduction to youth right now with them too. I mean, just they have. Henry's revolutionizing the world, right?
Oh, God, yes.
I mean, they've come back with the side loading.
The side gate loading, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's revolutionized. They've got the 410 shotguns and 20 and 12 gauge shotgun lever action. You can get anything you want to in a lever. I
got a buddy in Idaho, and he was going out. They have I don't know if you call it primitive, but they have a season where, and you guys do in Ohio, where you have to use straight wall cartridges, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Explain that real quick. Taking aside just for a second. Explain why, Michelle.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Why straight wall are okay, but a shouldered cartridge is not cool?
Because that's what the law says.
Right, but what's the is there any reasoning behind the law is what I was kind of leading you to.
The idea was so you would use a less powerful cartridge because we know that rifles will shoot across 16 counties.
Right.
You know, and go into and shoot a school or a bus full of nuns, you know, that you never saw across the curvature of the earth. People that don't know anything about guns or rifles or ballistics come up with these silly things.
Because you can kill an animal with a 357 and a lever, but it would never, you would demolish it with a 223.
Yeah, basically they're trying to come up with a shorter range.
Right.
Okay, so that's the reasoning behind it.
That's the reasoning behind it.
And like in Michigan and the UP, and you go out to Indiana, supposedly there's more area to be shooting in, I guess. It's the same thing with muzzleloaders. There's Pennsylvania, you have to have a traditional muzzleloader, which would be a percussion or a flintlock.
Right.
Well, good luck finding those anymore. No one even makes them hardly.
Right. So, and then, of course, and Ryan was just talking about these 300-yard muzzleloaders that are coming out. Or if you talk about a straight wall case, you get a 444 Marlin using those Lever Evolution ammo, and I've shot milk jugs with those at 300 yards.
Well, you can get 41 mag, 30, 357, 44, 4570, the original. It's crazy.
Yeah, milk jugs don't run far, and they're really easy to gut, too. So that's it's a good target choice. I like that.
All you need is a big old contractor bag. You can go back, get as many of them as you want. Pick them all up, shove them in there.
What's your bag limit? Well, I can hold 35 jugs right now.
So, all right. So my buddy Brad is in Idaho, and he's got one of these seasons coming up, and he has a 375 Winchester. Ooh, there's a flashback. Lever action, way back. Wow. But he wants to, I think you have to be 40 caliber there, I think was the deal, if I remember right. But he has a 44 Magnum lever action. I said, well, and he's hunting elk, right? We're talking elk. He said, well, I said, just use the 44 Magnum. He said, really? I said, look, go with the hard cast lead bullet loads.
Yep.
Go get buffalo bore ammo. You can shoot through an elk with a 44 Magnum out of that rifle with those loads.
What kind of range are you limited to, though? About 150?
150.
Yeah.
And he's hunting in the woods. He's probably not going to have a shot longer than 50 yards.
Oh, okay. There you go.
You know, just whack them and stack them. I mean, he'll have to walk 30 or 40 feet behind his house to find an elk.
Oh, what an inconvenience.
I know.
You can't just open the sliding door in the kitchen and shoot out of there?
I have a buddy who shot a raccoon in his backyard, a rabid raccoon in his backyard, while he was standing in the shower.
My.
What was the raccoon doing in his shower?
But thank you. Yeah, no, he's in the shower, and his wife says, "There's a rabid raccoon in the backyard," and it's stumbling around, you know. He opens the shower, and from there he can lean out in the bathroom, and he can see, like, down the hall or however it was, and he can see through the sliding glass patio door. He can see it. He says, "Hand me my rifle." What? Hand me my rifle and go open the sliding glass door. I swear to you, this happened. And he shoots through his house, out the door, sliding glass door, and shoots this rabid raccoon in the backyard, hands the rifle back to his wife, and goes back to taking a shower.
And I'm assuming you don't recommend that.
Well, I don't know. It's just, you know, the only question is, so what brand shampoo do you use when you're doing that? Say what?
Could you discuss your rig? Well, I got this.
And where do you put the mag pouch? You know, that's what I want to know.
Oh my God!
Just staple it on. That's why they make staple guns.
Think we could get Arrow as a sponsor now with that, or?
Yeah, who knows? Weird stuff. But yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I had my buddy who went out and killed the hog in his yard when his wife saw it first thing in the morning, and this was in Texas, and he has on his bathrobe. He just got up, and he has his 30-30 over the door. So he reaches up, grabs his 30-30, puts on his slippers, and he's wearing his bathrobe, and he puts a stalk on this hog out there and killed it. And he's got pictures of it. So for Christmas, his wife had him made up a custom-made camouflage bathrobe with cartridge loops on it.
She's a keeper.
Yeah, I guarantee you. Oh, my gosh. The silly stuff we do. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Stand by. I got somebody just sent me an email on closing the bolt, decocking a rifle. Opening the bolt, pulling the trigger, and slowly closing the bolt is the way I have always decocked my 22 bolt-action rifle, as well as my other bolt-action rifles on an empty chamber, I may add. Doesn't say why. Just one of those, well, I've always done it
It's always done, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Sanford, I'm not getting that. I don't understand what that's about. Okay, we're going to find out. Somebody's going to write in and say, okay, no, this is why you do it, and it makes sense, and we're all going to shift to that. But at this point, I don't understand it. So
what is your method?
If I need to unload it, I just kind of stick the muzzle out the window and pull the trigger.
Oh, God.
Until it stops making noise. No, I just...
He's kidding, folks. He's kidding. Anybody that doesn't know he's kidding, he's kidding.
Yeah, first of all, it doesn't bother me to leave a rifle cocked. I mean, empty, but I don't necessarily have to drop the hammer or pull the trigger. But if I do, I just dry fire it and drop the hammer. I'm not understanding the reluctance. Although, I will say, on 22 rimfires, Michelle, there is the idea that the firing pin can hit the back. I'm trying to remember how this works. Is the back of the barrel, the chamber? There's some deal about peening the firing pin.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that actually carried into revolvers and a bunch of other stuff. People were saying, you can't dry fire this or that. I think that whole dry fire thing came from rimfires in general.
Right. And, when I talk to manufacturers, gun makers, they go, nah, don't worry about it. Just do it. It's fine. You can dry fire.
Yeah.
So I go with the don't worry about it, just do it.
But maybe not on a rimfire.
So
on rimfires, too.
So
Absolutely.
I texted a friend while you were all talking.
Oh, so you weren't listening to us?
I was listening to you.
I am shocked.
So anyways, I asked him the question, is decocking a rifle an important thing, pulling the trigger while closing the bolt? And I was told back that is appropriate for long time storage.
Long time storage.
So I guess if it's going to be put away and not used for a long time.
Right.
Well, they're saying, to bring the hammer down.
Spring.
Right.
Yep.
But not
other
the
than
method.
that,
But not the method used.
Yeah, basically, just go ahead and pull the trigger. I mean, it's like, okay. And you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just had never heard of it before.
Now the method they're describing, are you, like on the old revolvers and stuff, are you holding the hammer as you squeeze the trigger and you're gently guiding the hammer down?
You could certainly do that. I wouldn't. I don't.
Right. But I mean, is that what people are talking about that do that? Tom, you do that. Tom Hennig, you do that. Yeah, I mean, you're holding the hammer as you hit the trigger to kind of ease the hammer down, or?
Well, there's no hammer on a rifle.
Right.
You're talking about on
levers
bolt
and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're talking bolts. I'm sorry.
Bolts.
Somewhere else.
Bolt guns. Yep.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It's we will get thousands of people telling me that, Tom, you don't know what you're talking about, and I will just put those all in the file with the other thousands of people who said, Tom, you don't know what you're talking about. So it's okay.
Well,
I'm okay with that.
We very well might be thrown in that same category. Well, not that they really thought we knew what we were talking about anyways, Jim.
You might need a bigger hard drive for those files, Tom.
This is true. That's right. Thank God we've got Amazon cloud storage right there.
That's
by
right.
For 99 cents, you can always buy more.
That's right. They will sell you more.
Yeah, you've heard about egotists saving fan mail. Tom saves hate mail.
Well, it's just a case of which do you have more of. So there you go. Got to go with what you got.
Yeah.
Well, all righty then. Okay, so let's see. Next Saturday I'm going to go take this class, which I'm kind of looking forward to and kind of a little bit concerned about, because it's one of those deals of, once again, exposing what I don't know. But how are you going to go learn unless you just go profess your ignorance and start learning?
And this was somebody that you had never heard of as well, correct?
Correct. It's a local range that I joined. I needed a place to shoot, and they actually have classes there. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go sign up for one of these classes. It's a combined pistol and AR. I think, I got to check with them. I think maybe I'm supposed to have like a vest for mags, for AR mags or something, because they want you to be able to carry several AR mags. So that's something I don't have.
Staple gun.
Staple gun. There you go. That's right. Gorilla glue, baby.
He's going to be taping ARs on his bathrobe, not AR magazines on his bathrobe.
That's right.
you rip your magazine off, all the chest hair comes off on the duct tape.
Yeah. It's kind of a speed load and waxing application going on at the same time. So.
Great. You've never heard somebody Cully Clarkston.
I can't see my target with my eyes tearing. Is it a scope? Okay. Is it a scope issue?
I had no intention or no expectation of hitting anything anyway, so it's okay.
Right.
Why worry, right? All right. Well, I'll have my own range report when I get back here next week.
Cool.
You guys have a great week. Thank you so much. It's good to be back here, out of the mountains and out of the windstorms.
There you go.
Right. Oh, I do have an update. So I asked the question: does one method make a difference over the other of pulling the trigger after the bolt is closed or pulling while closing the bolt?
Yes.
Both work mechanically the same. So it's got to be just what you were trained on.
Yeah, but that guy's just a master gunsmith. What would he know?
So what's his name, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, it's just what I thought. It's like, it doesn't matter. I didn't say it was a bad idea. All I said was I had never heard of it. So do it any way you want. I mean, and I think probably it's best to hold the rifle upside down while you do it.
Oh, my. Gosh. Yeah, we should just signed off.
See? That's what you get.
You got a call from the legal team on line 5 ringing in right now.
The ones that say, we were going to kick you off the air, but now we're going to kick you off the after show, too. So I'm sorry. So
you guys are really in trouble, yeah.
That's right,
Oh,
and actually, anything can be on a podcast, and if you get kicked off a podcast, you must have really screwed up. So there you go.
There's still that, then.
There's still that, then. Okay.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15.
I just had to.
No. Oh, no, he's not.
I had not. No.
Wow.
Mr. Robert Francis, see you later. Bye-bye, Beto.
Yeah. We should redo that song. Bye-bye.
Gosh. Great.
A little bit of, what's her name? What was her name? The blonde girl. Bye-bye, baby.
Are you talking about Bye-bye, Birdie?
No, Bye-bye, baby.
Okay.
What's her face?
Oh, I was going in sync. Bye.
There you go. That's probably what it was. I'll stick with that. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, she was going insane. I mean, oh, no, that's not what she's... Okay.
Okay, so next week you're thinking?
So I'm thinking that, all right, no more women. That's it. So no more women in the studio.
Bye.
She's thinking, finally. God, it took forever.
We should have thought of that 7 years ago.
Right? I mean, I have dishes and dinner to make here.
Hey, make me a sandwich on your way out, will you? Smack.
She's got reloading to do. The wifely duties. All right, load me up a couple thousand rounds over there, would you, honey?
Yeah, right on that.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Yeah, like that's going to happen.
Have fun and be safe, you guys.
All right, be good. See you guys.
See you.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gun Dealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.